7-footer de España, Pau Gasol. Boston, Los Angeles, coming up next.
There's a look at Pau Gasol, one of the NBA's truly dangerous big men. It's the NBA Live on 2K Sports on this Tuesday afternoon. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg. Doris Burke will join us moments from now. It's Laker basketball at the Staples Center. Beautiful day outside. We are live in downtown Los Angeles. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Garnett and Perkins in the middle. Rondo and Allen make up the backcourt. And Pierce. And for the Lakers, Kobe and Artest are the wingmen. Pau and Bynum filling up the middle. And Fisher.
This Celtics team came away with 17 wins against the West last year. Solid numbers against a really tough conference.
It'll be the Celtics off the tip. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to speak with head coach Doc Rivers. He said there's an element to their opponent that can't be overlooked, and it's the presence of Pau Gasol in the low post. With a hook shot that's nearly unstoppable and the ability to throw it down the moment he gets an inch of space, Coach said, we basically want a guy inside his shirt at all times. Sounds like someone's going to have a tough job to do today, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris. That record Clark Boston had against the West, you mentioned those numbers were actually down 4 from a year ago for the Celtics.
Yeah, but across the board, they had a bit of a down year overall. It's hard to stay around 60-plus wins like they did, so you can't really blame them for that.
And no problem at the line here for the three-point play. Kobe Bryant, one of the great players and one of the great winners in NBA history.
Without question, individually a 12-time All-Star, 10-time All-Defensive Player, the league MVP in 08, and winning well. How about 3 straight championships alongside Shaquille O'Neal, 2000 to 2002, and then another in 2009 and 2010 as well.
What a resume. And the Lakers have possession. It's a 3-point game. Now here's Gasol. Back to Bryant. A foul called, and he earns a trip to the line.
You know, Kobe has played through his share of injuries, dislocated fingers, a torn labrum, back spasms, knee surgery. Last season was no different. Battled injuries including an avulsion fracture in his right index finger.
The free throw drops for Kobe. And Kobe drops them both. And you know, Clark, that Kobe could still score even with his guide finger in a splint. I mean, just unbelievable.
Boy, he has tremendous will to go along with that God-given talent. And this guy claims he only needs about 4 hours of sleep a night. Man, he's certainly a different breed.
And he makes the basket. So one free throw coming up as he'll try to make it a 3-point play. That'll put Rajon Rondo on the line. It's on Andrew Bynum. And he makes the free throw. Thinking about Rajon Rondo in this one, he signed an extension with the Celtics prior to last season, but Clark, there have been rumors prior to that they may have been looking to trade him.
Yeah, you know what? Interesting, because the general manager publicly picked at his flaws. Doc Rivers didn't know if he could coach him and actually dismissed some of his defensive praise, but they found smooth ground since that point.
Maybe some tension behind the scenes.
Yeah, there was clearly some friction.
Now here's Rondo. Andrew Bynum unable to get his shot to go. The steal. Just over 3 minutes left in the first. Artest drains it from short range. Artest's got his first basket.
Beautiful, beautiful pass. Well executed there.
Here's Rondo. Pass to Pierce. From the wing. The shot is off. And it's the Lakers taking it the other way. Hard test with the ball. He dumps it off. Defended by Allen. And here's Kobe for three. Shot's good. Kobe's got 8 points.
The defense made the mistake of playing off him, and he drained it from deep.
Celtics trail by 7. Allen outside. Shoots from 12. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Lakers leading by 7. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Kevin, many people may not know this, but Pau Gasol's something of a Renaissance man. He's teaching himself French and Italian. He reads 1,000-page historical novels, attends classical music concerts, musicals, and operas. He said, "I like beautiful things." Certainly a man with a taste for all life has to offer. Back to you guys.
Boy, you gotta like that. Thanks, Doris. So it's the Lakers now, following the miss by Paul Pierce. Here's Bynum. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. Interesting note about Andrew Bynum. He's the youngest player ever drafted into the NBA at 17 years of age, but a guy who's really played well for the Lakers.
Yeah, he has. He could be a dominant force down the road, and as long as the present 1 year of college rule stays in place, I think he'll retain that distinction, Kevin.
The first one falls, and the Lakers with some changes. Odom comes in for Pau Gasol, and Steve Blake is subbed in for Derek Fisher. And the Celtics making a change here. That one falls, so he hits both of them. But Clark, you have to give credit to the Lakers, too, for really developing Bynum.
Without question, Kevin, I mean, he's been able to grow rapidly.
Here's Rondo. It's a 9-point spread. Great history between these two teams. Clark doesn't get much better than Boston, Los Angeles, Lakers, Celtics for some intensity.
Without question. I mean, you go back and think about all of the championship series these teams have competed against one another in. I mean, I think it's not only the premier rivalry in the NBA, I think it's one of the great rivalries in the history of all sports, especially at the professional level, because there was always so much at stake when these two teams teed up.
Always great names, too.
Big-time
great
names.
Characters along the way.
Yeah, Hall of Famers across the board on both sides.
That's his first personal foul, 4th team foul. At the line for the Lakers, Steve Blake. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And this is the difference in the game. I mean, they're drawing fouls and then converting at the foul line.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. foul shooting the difference here, as you mentioned.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. I mean, they built the lead at the line, and that's always an easy way to do it. Attack the rim, draw fouls, and then cash in from the foul line.
Now here's Rondo. Back to Davis. To end the drought. And the rebound goes to Odom.
That's pretty smart defense to let him take those shots.
And Bynum backing in. And the Lakers with another miss. And here comes Rondo. Arcs it high. And in there for two as he lays it up and in. Rondo's got 5 now.
What an acrobatic finish. I love the dunk, but you got to give it up for that kind of layup.
And here is Blake. Artest. Pierce covering. Throws it up. Artest. Beautiful alley-oop finish. Artest's got his second bucket.
They've been unstoppable. What a strong start.
Here's Rondo. 5 points in the game. With the fadeaway. No good on the buzzer beater. And the first quarter ends with a double-digit lead. Lakers lead by 11.
They've dominated the glass early on, and that's always a good sign. Rebounding is an effort stat, and they've shown tremendous effort so far.
It's more NBA coming your way. And as the second quarter begins, it hasn't been the most competitive game so far. Here's Blake. 11-point game. Funny thing, Clark, about this Celtics team last year, they actually won more games on the road than they did at home. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, you sure don't, Kevin. I mean, talk about the exception to the rule. I mean, you rarely see that in any sport, especially the NBA, where home court is such a big advantage typically.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Rondo and Allen make up the backcourt. Kevin Garnett and Jermaine O'Neal at the 4 and 5. And Davis. And Garnett misses.
I'm not sure why he faded away there, Kevin. The D wasn't really in a position to affect that shot.
I will say this, however, of all the teams that I'd expect to do what you said, win more games on the road than at home, the Celtics would be at the top of the list.
Well, they're a veteran group, and you talk about winning on the road, and experience is always a factor. They know how to get it done on the road. Veterans have seen it all. They come in with the right mindset, and they're very rarely easily rattled by opposing crowds.
First free throw is good.
Gasol and Bryant speak to each other in Spanish, so their opponents aren't quite sure of what they're talking about. They do recognize, though, that combination is lethal.
Both free throws good from Gasol. Well, we talked about Gasol and Kobe both speaking Spanish. I sense there's a very vibrant chemistry between the two, Clark.
Yeah, and I think you're accurate there, Kevin. I mean, you watch those two guys, how they can make eye contact with one another. They truly have a good relationship between the lines, and it's a lethal one for opponents.
I think they push each other.
They do. They push each other, they raise the bar on one another, and hold each other accountable, too.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. Well, a painful finals loss for this Celtics team last season. 2 chances to finish off the Lakers. They were ahead in Game 7 for 3.5 quarters, but couldn't get the job done. Now, with an aging roster, the question becomes whether the Celtics have what it takes to make another run. Guys, we'll see what this season holds for them.
Well, I wouldn't count them out just yet, Doris. Thank you. So both teams changing it up here. Here's Allen. Rips down the breakaway slam.
There it is, Kev. The old pound cake dunk. Simple and plain, but boy, does it taste good.
Oh, good job taking what the defense gave him right there. I'm hungry.
Always.
That was some awesome above-the-rim action from Sprite we just saw on our Sprite Slam Cam.
Again, another turnover for him. He needs to do a better job of knowing where the defense is.
Lakers leading by 9. Here's Fisher. Odom on the wing. Releases from 15. Yes, and it's Blake picking up the assist. Odom's got his first 2 points. Here are the Celtics with the ball. They trail by 11. Robinson against Fisher. Ray Allen is on the wing. Guarded by Blake. Puts the hammer down.
Speed is only part of the equation here. He's not blinding quick, but he was determined to take that one to the rim.
Here's Fisher. 2:44 left in the second. The question last year, at least one of the questions was, would the Lakers, Clark, still be as successful with swapping out Artest for Trevor Ariza?
And that's a legitimate question because you never know how the dynamics of a team change when you change personnel.
Right.
So clearly it was something that was going to be a work in progress. It remained to be seen, but I think the play of the Lakers in the postseason kind of answered that. Ron brought an element of toughness and physicality. Now, he can be a little wayward and a little bit of he can be a little wayward with some of his decisions, but typically he overcomes that with his effort and his tenacity and his versatility, I think, at the defensive end of the floor.
And an older guy for a younger, promising, rising player like Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, and in the context of the makeup of the Lakers team, I felt Phil Jackson and the coaching staff and the organization and his teammates felt that this would be a good added piece, and so far that's proven to be true.
Very good point. Both teams deciding to change it up. Allen outside. The dump off. Tipped.
He knew exactly where the ball was going and got a hand on it.
Allen against Kobe. Lets it go from the left block, and he hits the jumper for 2. Kobe's got 10.
Just put the ball in his hands, Kevin, and watch him go to work. He's going to make something good happen.
Robinson passes to Allen. The 3. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol.
They've really done a great job securing the rebounds, Kevin.
They got the advantage right now, Clark, +5. And like we were saying, having more rebounds helps in so many ways.
Well, here with the lead, it's important that you eliminate second chance opportunities for your opponents and then get some of those yourself.
The baseline J, Bynum, no good.
Given his sorry shooting touch, you'd think he'd know better than to put that shot up. Well, there's another reminder.
Pierce, covered by Artest. Robinson for 3. The shot is off, and the Lakers go with it the other way. Last season was an adventure for Nate Robinson, who fell out of favor with Knicks coach Mike D'Antoni and was benched for 14 games.
Yeah, you know, I know D'Antoni felt like he was a little too friendly with opposing players after losses, and Robinson also had that incident where he shot at their own basket right after the buzzer, so who knows?
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And some changes here for the Lakers. Lamar Odom has checked in for Gasol. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Kobe. And the Celtics making a change here. And it's the Celtics with the ball. 15-point game. O'Neal. It's blocked. 54 seconds left in the half. Now Fisher. Odom dishes to Artest. Back to Odom. He's guarded by Davis. And the Lakers tack on 2 more. And here's Rondo. He has 5. Back to Pierce. They need this. And the rebound goes to Odom.
He's really struggled to get into any kind of comfortable flow here. 0 points this quarter, and he really doesn't look like himself out there.
Fisher with the ball. He's covered by Rondo. No good on that last second attempt there. So the first half ends in a game that has not been close.
Well, how about Kobe in this one? He's got 10 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line. That's a first half he can be proud of.
More from Los Angeles after this.
It's the HP Halftime Report, and I'm your host, Damon Bruce. Out at Staples Center, we got a lopsided game through 2. The Lakers came out with a full head of steam, making mincemeat out of the opposition. They're taking them to school. Kobe Bryant, huge impact. No surprise, we all know he can score. For the Celtics, though, in this one, plenty of work still to be done. It's been a struggle so far. They broke slow out of the gates and haven't been able to get up to speed. Paul Pierce is off to a rough start. An embarrassing stat for him as he comes to the break. No shots made from the floor. And that's going to do it for us. Thanks so much for watching. Let's send you back out to Kevin and Clark for the second half.
And welcome back as we begin the second half. Thus far, a somewhat one-sided game. And it's the Lakers' ball. 17-point game. Fans of the Celtics, they built such a rapport with their franchise. Each generation, it seems, to grow, and Boston now is a veteran team. You know, frankly, though, one of the older teams in the NBA.
Absolutely, Kevin. And there were a lot of questions about if their window might be passed or closing. I think the way they played in May answered all of those questions, though. They still are a championship caliber team and can turn it on when they need to.
Artest, Gasol, and Bynum are the front court. Fisher and Kobe man the backcourt. And that's the group for Phil Jackson as we begin the second half. Now here's Kobe. Nails it from the low block. Kobe's got 12. You mentioned turning it on. You wonder, though, if they're going to try to turn it on at some point and it won't happen.
Well, you know what? Maybe at some point that will be the case, but until that is the case, you've got to consider them as a title contender each year, especially if they're healthy.
No good from Perkins.
It seems like they're winning all of the hustle plays, getting all of the 50-50 balls, and they have a big advantage on the glass.
Bryant dishes to Artest. Gasol. Perkins on him. The shot's good from Gasol. 8 points for him. And here's Rondo. He has 5. Garnett against Gasol. Now here's Rondo. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Pierce. Boston again missing.
He's been AWOL this quarter. When his team is down and in need of some scoring from him, he hasn't shown up.
Paul Pierce, the 10th pick in the 1998 draft, and what a great selection, Clark, for the Boston Celtics.
You know, Kevin, from day one it appeared as though Paul... They're showing no mercy. This lead just keeps on growing.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Ratliff is checked in. Barnes comes in for Ron Artest. Sasha Vujacic is checked in for Kobe. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Derek Fisher. Gasol, no good on the free throw. Looking at these Lakers, Clark, I remember a quote where Kobe Bryant said about Gasol, he comes off as laid back, but he's got a killer instinct deep inside.
Yeah, he's a very competitive player, but because he's cerebral, he gives the appearance as though he's not competitive, but he's a real worker.
And Clark, playing alongside Kobe can only help Gasol to develop that killer instinct.
I certainly agree with you there, Kevin. Kobe's competitive nature, his driving fire, rubs off on everybody that he's around. And you think about Gasol, you can see evidence of that making him a different and better player.
That's a good point.
Rondo broke the season records for both steals and assists by a Celtic last season. He was 8th in double-doubles, tied for 2nd in triple-doubles. He is what I call a stat sheet stuffer supreme.
No good on that one.
Gasol doing all sorts of things. 10 points, and he's also been solid at the foul line. 4 points for him from there. what energy he's shown today, whether it's on the offensive end or on D.
He hits the second from the line. And Rondo, you know, you look at him, Clark, and where he was taken back in the 2006 draft, 21st overall out of the University of Kentucky. You were saying he, grew up in Louisville. How did so many teams miss out on that guy?
Well, Kevin, I always say the draft is more art than science, and perhaps some concerns about his lack of a perimeter jump shot. Any number of things could have led to him being drafted where he was. The good thing about it is, though, draft position has no bearing on what your career is going to look like.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Probably the big surprise of the playoffs last year was how the Boston Celtics ended up really taking it to the Cavaliers.
You know, Kevin, it went 6 games, but you could kind of tell that the Celtics were in full control of that. The Cavs never really seriously threatened them.
The Lakers making a switch here. Benga's checked in. Here's Rondo. He's got 5.
Down low, here. Right here.
Allen outside. Here's Pierce. Drops in the floater. Pierce has got 5 points so far. You know, Clark, just thinking back to that Cavs-Celtics series for just a second, Rondo was absolutely huge for them. Do you think that's when it became apparent that this is his team going on?
Oh, I think so, Kevin. I mean, he really stepped up and took ownership of this team, but you still have to give credit to the older guys, too. Now, KG, Pierce, and Allen, they were all great in that series as well.
Celtics foul. Rajon Rondo. In second place, third team. Rattler. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Making a switch here are the Celtics. Wafers checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Rondo. 1:56 left in the third quarter. Allen outside to the wing. Perkins on top. Clock at 4. Pass to Allen. The shot is off. And it's the Lakers taking it the other way. Ray Allen, even at his age, is still a sight to behold when he takes that jump shot.
Yeah, he really is. He's got one of the sweetest jump shots we've ever seen in the history of the game. As pretty a shot as we'll see. And not just because it looks good, it goes in, too.
It's stolen by Rondo.
Well, they still have the lead, but they really need to collect themselves and start taking care of the ball.
And the Lakers have possession. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Vujicic. Lakers give up possession.
Sometimes you just don't connect. They can't dwell on it. They've got to move on and just D up and get it back.
So both teams changing it up here. And here's Rondo. 5 points in the game. And O'Neal backs in. Releases from 15. That's good. O'Neal's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, that's a little bit of the European style of play there. When your bigs can hit the mid-range jumper, it can really open things up for everybody else.
Artest against Pierce. Here's Gasol. Drops it in from 12 feet. Gasol's got 13.
When he gets it going like this, you've got to double team it. That's your only hope. They'd be smart to hold it now for the last shot.
Pierce inside the three-point line. Too much mustard on that one. So a blowout here as the buzzer ends at the end of 3. And what about Pau Gasol? I mean, he's been sensational.
Absolutely. He's scoring well, and he's doing it with excellent efficiency. That's the key. He's playing within himself and getting good looks.
Lakers on top, opening up a huge gap. And now let's send it to our sideline reporter Doris Burke for a Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Lakers that garners the Sprite Spark today. Their commitment to stifling defense has been a focal point as they continue to build on this lead, guys.
Great, Doris. That big scoring run being a difference maker, Clark, in this game.
Well, it often comes in spurts, Kevin. Spurtability is what I call it, and that's what happened today.
And here's Rondo. On the court right now for the Celtics. Here's out there at Glenn Davis. Then there's Jermaine O'Neal. And it's Rajon Rondo and Robinson.
He's got to break out of this slump if his team wants a chance to win.
Here's Barnes. Dunked in off the nice assist that time.
Uh-oh. A little bit of a statement made there while he hung on the rim.
That's one way to make sure the whole building knows exactly what you just did. And here's Rondo. Guarded by Blake. Rondo kicks to O'Neal. Up and under, and he makes it look so easy, laying it right in. O'Neal's got his second basket of the game. Big time lead they've got.
Yeah, they're playing extremely well.
Benga, guarded by O'Neal. And here is Barnes, knocked loose.
He just lost another one, Kevin. I mean, he's really having a difficult time seeing the defense here.
Here's Pierce. Again, Pierce missing. Here are the Lakers. Here's Brown. Kept alive. And the one-handed jam to finish.
Look at the way he fought for that rebound. And then punched it home once he got it. I love that.
Nobody was going to out-muscle him there. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. A platoon swap here for the Lakers. And then for Boston. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for O'Neal. Garnett comes in for Paul Pierce. And it's Allen in for Rajon Rondo. And the turnover by Boston.
You can't be careless with the ball. That's a loss of focus, plain and simple.
And some changes here for the Lakers. So it's the Lakers now. Brown with a screen on Robinson. Here's Blake, guarded by Robinson. Blake misses.
Hey, he can hit from that range. I think he missed that one, but the defense is going to want to tighten up on him out there.
Here's Robinson. Dumps it off. Garnett backing down. Nails the bank shot.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
Here's Brown. 2:54 left in the fourth. Barnes with it. Ratliff down low. Guarded by Garnett. And no good. But close on that one, so he'll shoot two. It's on Kevin Garnett.
Ratliff. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he hits both. Here is Robinson. 2:36 left in the game. Behind the arc. The shot is off. And the Lakers go with it the other way.
And right now, this is the story of the game, Kevin. They're absolutely dominating on the board.
Now Blake. Barnes with it. Takes it up. Great finish in traffic. Barnes has got his second bucket. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're losing by 25. 2:01 left in the fourth. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Pierce. Now here's Rondo. Connects.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket.
Here's Fisher. 1:49 left in the game. Here's against Artest. Here's Kobe. Again, the Lakers.
Way to close out an opponent. Kevin, I think we're done here.
The Celtics on offense. Rondo kicks to Perkins. Over Gasol. No good from Perkins.
He's not giving an inch on defense. He really bothered that shot.
Artest kicks to Fisher. Back to Artest. He dishes it. Bryant dishes to Artest. Pass to Bryant. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two.
Well, how about Kobe in this one? He's got 14 points, and he's contributed 3 points from the line, too. He is in complete control of this game.
Shooting velocity. Kobe Bryant. Taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Kobe. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. And Kobe drops them both. Here's Rondo. 1:10 left in the fourth. Allen for three. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
Kevin, you can't rest or blink at all on him. He's a dangerous scorer, and you have to know where he is at all times.
Roll it, roll it.
Here's Kobe. And closing the shot, even with the foul. Now the two free throws.
Right now, that's his second personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Los Angeles. Kobe Bryant. Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Kobe drops them both. And here's Rondo. 49 seconds left in the game. Guarded by Blake. Allen. Pass to Garnett. Connects from 13 feet out.
They needed this run sooner. I don't think they have enough time left to stage a comeback now.
And here comes Kobe. Fades away. That's good. Kobe's got 20 points.
Right on the verge of victory now. They don't need much more than to just take care of the basketball.
Outside Rondo. Allen against Kobe. From about 16. Again, Allen missing.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark and Doris and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant.